Hey, how are y'all today? What we're doing today is doing several things. Pressure washing the house, but we're also doing a water catchment system. We bought a 250-gallon water catcher yesterday, what you call a big tub. And I've taken it out of the cage. We're going to wrap it in black plastic that keeps the algae and all that out. I'm fixing to hang a gutter on this side of the house, which will catch the water coming off and fill this up pretty quick once we get going. So what I'm fixing to do right now is hang the little boogers that hold the gutter. So
Okay, so what I'm doing is I started pressure spraying the house, but it just isn't doing well. This has not been pressure sprayed on this side probably in 2 years. So we went and bought a pressure sprayer, just an electric one. I hate dealing with a gasoline one and having to keep gas and keep the carburetor and all that. So I like the electric stuff. Started spraying it, just wasn't enough. So I mixed up in a little pump sprayer. I mixed up Dawn and bleach. Cannot begin to tell you the measurements of it. So with the sprayer, it's just a pump up. Once you get it full, you lock it in, and then you can just spray the mixture on here and just kind of let it set for a few minutes. Then you can come back by and hit it with your pressure sprayer, and it's not nearly as hard. So we went with the vinyl gutter system, and it wasn't hard to work with. However, just finding the pieces and working at our local Lowe's was like doing a jigsaw puzzle because nobody was available, even though we called for help. We've been up there twice, never got any assistance. So we are now at the downspout. Richard is cutting a downspout off of it, and we need a flexible hose that runs from the downspout into the tank. Oh, by the way, we did wrap the tank in black, like a black visqueen. We bought that. So,
tell them why.
to keep from the water from getting mildew. So what we have now is, this is from one of the camping sets that we got. We have never used it for drainage, but it is a septic hose from the camper. So the other cap end has been taken off. So this is what we have. We have a round.
Here, hold that.
We have round onto square, and it is a square. What is that, a 2x2?
It's 3x3.
3x3. So we have to make
No, it's 2x2.
this fit over this. Okay, so it's in the boiling water. What we're doing is warming it up so it'll stretch. I have never done this, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. All right, after we heated it up and put the round peg over the square, we did use
Used a clamp and clamped it down, and we're gonna fill this with caulk. And now I'm gonna attach it to the downspout.
and look at them clouds. We may actually start filling it up.
Might get to test this thing out.
All right, so Richard has climbed the ladder and put that in the downspout. The downsprout.
Downsprout.
Yep.
Garden too much.
So this will now, we will figure out from here how to attach.
For now,
It would just go like that. Of course, what we need to do, because this has got some dust and dirt in it, we probably just need to let everything from the small little rain run off.
if it rains.
Yeah. And then do it from there. What do you think? We are going to put caulk right there to make sure that it seals everything off there.
Okay, what we did today was the water catchment system that we're gonna water our gardens with. Now, what I did today, we bought the gutters and all last night, but when I went to put them up, there was only about 2 inches from the edge of the metal roofing to the edge of the gutter itself, so that it wouldn't have caught much water. So what I did, I took 2x4s and put along the top of the house, or the top here
On the fascia board?
on the fascia board, and then I came back with the gutter and put it on top of that so it'll catch plenty of water. Now there's plenty of gap there to where the water will catch. And put the drain system. Now I'm going to replace this blue hose because it is ugly, and get a white one that kind of matches. But looks like it's going to rain. We may get to test this thing out, and hopefully it doesn't all come tumbling down. So, you know, but yeah, that's what we did.
We did have issues at the end cap, trying to make this all work while we were sitting in Lowe's. Like I said, we were doing a jigsaw puzzle with it. That piece just, we're not sure how that's going to handle, how that's going to hold up. We did have to put some caulk around it to make sure that, try to seal it off some, keep the water in good shape.
Hopefully most of the water goes down the tube before it gets to the end and knocks the end off. Otherwise I'll figure something out and get it fixed. But
We'll have to get some Gorilla Glue or something.
yeah, this is our first go around at this, so watched a few YouTube videos on it. We wrapped it in black plastic, and it was supposed to wrap it like a Christmas present. I don't guess we did too bad a job, but this keeps it from getting mold and mildew and turning green algae on the inside. We're watering the gardens and animals with this, so we're not going to be drinking the water, but we still want it to be, you know, fairly clean and all that too. And the benefits of this too is because it's going to have a lot of nitrogen and rainwater to water the garden versus tap water with all the chemicals in it. So we're excited about it.
So we will be eventually putting in,
oh yeah, the bottom part here, we'll get a I'm brain dead right now, I'm sorry, but we'll get an attachment here, and then we'll have 10 lines running out here to water the garden, drip systems, and we're about 1.5 feet off the ground here, so it'll all run on gravity. There will be no pump or anything like that. So we've got pretty much a down slope. So once that's in, and those 10 lines will run down each row, and then I'm going to figure out something to put into the raised beds out there too. We're not using city water. We're going to use city water anymore for watering. Also, if this looked a little crooked to you, I've got it on about a 1-inch decline, so the water runs down into the tube versus, you know, standing. So we'll see how it works.
that's where we're wrapping this container. We folded everything down. We turned it upside down as we were wrapping it, and made sure that we taped everything on the bottom, and then anything that came like the ends or the sides of a Christmas present, you want to bring this over, tape it down, and then fold this up into a triangle. The object of this is to make sure that when you're doing this, you have this upside down and you fold this downwards so that when it rains, the water rolls off and there's no pockets for it to get in between the liner.
If you happen to be wondering how we got the black plastic through the metal, there's 2 bars that go along the top, and they just screw in along here, and you take those off, and then you just pull the tub out and then wrap it and put it back in. It's a tight fit, so you can't overlap the plastic too much, so it fit in just fine.
And it actually slid in really well. We wanted a little bit thicker plastic than we got, but
it'll work.
it's what we could find. I know some people will get some liner that's underneath trailer houses. We didn't have that option. We went to Lowe's and we just bought the thickest mill that they had and then folded it. And it was plenty of it. I mean, we got what, a 10 by
10. There's a 10 by 20 sheet, and it's for these tubs you use 10 by 14.
yeah.
10 by 14. If you cut it like that, you lay the spout side down across the 10 feet part halfway, and then wrap it up like a Christmas present, like Missy said, using the black tape to tape down all the creases and anything that would be exposed. And then I should have gone through it and showed you, but
It was hot when we were actually doing it. We were in the sun. Probably the hardest thing to do is this little ball area. I don't know what this is called.
the valve.
The valve area.
And the spout, yeah. But you cut like an X.
I can't remember how this works. Oh, it pulls out.
Oh, there's raindrops.
There is some raindrops. But you just want to put a little small X and then roll this down and keep it as tight as you can. We went ahead and used the black tape and put it over and made sure to seal it down. It's starting to rain. That is probably the most difficult part of it. Just make sure you have plenty of tape to tape it down. And it's not that difficult. If you can wrap a Christmas present, you can actually do it. We already had these cross ties down. When we bought the place, the property, it had this down here. I think they had it for a flower bed or something. This side's way too shady to actually have a whole lot of anything growing other than maybe azaleas and hostas. So then we took some cinder blocks, we leveled it out, and then we set it on top. So that was our weekend project that we wanted to get accomplished, and we got it done. So we will have more coming up that show you exactly how we're going to attach that hose to this, and then how we're going to attach that to a water hose that will carry it to our drip system in the garden. That rooster's chasing that hen. Okay, we have finished our weekend projects. Saturday we went to the Arkansas Homesteaders Conference in Rising, Arkansas. We went to that and we learned quite a few things there, met a lot of great people, had a wonderful time there. We did buy some worms. We were going to start a little worm farm, see how that works, see if we can raise our own worms and be able to collect worm castings. As far as today, we managed to get a good portion of the house pressure sprayed. We got the gutter system put up. We got the tote wrapped in plastic and got all that all set up and leveled out. We still will intend to get another one of those big 250-gallon totes, and we have 4 of the blue water barrels. We have those that we've got the spigots for, that we're going to strategically place throughout the farm to collect rainwater. So we've still got those projects to do. We will have eventually be running the drip system through the gardens, and we'll be bringing you along for that. So we've got a lot of things ahead. Right now we're just kind of going to relax and enjoy the rest of the evening, have some supper. So thank you for viewing our channel, and please subscribe, comment, like, share, anything you can to help us grow, and let us know if there's any content that you would be interested in. We are trying to provide as much education as we can. We're learning as we're going through this process, and we're just kind of bringing you guys along. So thank you for joining us. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.